ちらスネーク、聞こえるか？
僕だよ、スネーク。
お前は？
ああ、僕だよ、スネーク。
オタコン。
待たせたね。今度こそ僕の出番だ。
今どこにいる？
もし安全なところ。
これ遠隔操縦か？
うん。歩行制御はセルプロセッサだよ。
オタコン、まずいことになった。囲まれてる。
そうだね。
うまい手はあるのか？
いや、突破するしかない。
ご親切に。一緒に来るか？
もちろん、ずっと追跡してるよ。スネーク、
なんだ？
タバコ、やめたんだね。
いや、火種を探していたところだ。
まさにそこは火種の真っ只中だからね。
行くぞ。もはや隠れるところはない。メタルギアスリッド4ガンズ・オブ・ザ・パトリオット。
ところでオタコン、セルプロセッサーってなんだ？
コンピューターアーキテクチャに革命をもたらした高性能マルチコアチップだよ。軍事にも利用されてる。
そんなものが戦場に必要なのか？
あ、プラットフォーム戦争に勝つためにはね。
このメタルでか？
それはこれから僕たちが証明するんだよ。スネーク、この先僕らはどこまで行くのかな。楽しみだ。
Was it worth the wait? I really don't know. What's up, everybody? Hello once again. Last night I streamed some Dreamcast games. Those mostly fighting games, and I played like Daytona USA and a couple other ones in here and there. It was kind of just a relaxed stream. I was very, very sick. I got my flu shot, and unfortunately with my health problems, I actually get the flu from the flu shot. It's a super mild version of it, but I was pretty sick. Still feel like crap today, but I'm going to go through and play Metal Gear Solid 4. Beat 3 about 2 days ago. Finally, like after like 4.5 hours on the last part, beat the boss. Beat the game. I am done with it. I am moving on to Metal Gear Solid 4. So it'll be interesting to see how this turns out. I have not played this game in 10 years. I beat it when it came out. Played it non-stop because I actually bought my PlayStation 3 just to play this game. It was the PlayStation 4 bundled together with it. It was the last of the install data needed for all acts. No. We'll have intermissions in between. So, yeah, I bought my PlayStation 3 in order to play this game. It was the last of the fat models and backwards compatible models it would turn out too. So it can play PlayStation 1 and 2 games on it as well. It came with a 80 gigabyte hard drive. I have since swapped it out for a 250, which is awesome. It's a long process. I had enough like space on my USB stick in order to back it up, but you can do it with an external hard drive as well. It's pretty painless. It just took 6 hours to do nonstop. From taking out the old hard drive, backing up my games, and then putting them into the new hard drive and getting formatted and so forth. It was pretty painless, just takes a long time. So one thing about this game that did cause kind of a lot of controversy is that you need to install each act. Pardon me. And the first one takes 8 minutes. So we get to sit here and watch Snake smoke for 8 minutes. No music, just Snake smoking for 8 minutes. It seems like this would be not really the wisest thing to put into your video game. Like you're trying to get people to stop smoking and improve their health, to just watch as some geriatric man avoid playing when you're tired and just smoking into the screen. So I'm going to help cut the tedium a little bit and play some... We'll play some video game music there. Let's see, what do we got? Let's do... Let's do Super Nintendo Bomberman. That's always a good music. Let's see. How can you not love this music? I mean, this is just outstanding music. It's happy, it's uplifting, you run around blowing the crap out of each other. What's not to like about it? I mean, it's really catchy, too. Feel like we're at the start area 1. Oh yeah. Wow, so they're actually talking about be careful when playing this on a non-high definition TV like Plasma or CRT, because you can burn your screen. Which is, it still exists, burn-in still is a problem, but it's very hard to do. You need to leave like a static image on there for a very, very, very long time. We're talking like weeks, almost a month straight. Like if the Metal Gear Solid 4 logo there didn't move for like 4 or 5 weeks, that might get softly burned in. Plasma screens would burn really quickly. Those were a problem still. They gave you amazing picture. I loved the pictures quality on plasma screens, but they would burn like nobody's business. Plus, they also took up a whole hell of a lot of electricity to run. We're talking just about the strength of a 1100 watt microwave. So whenever you ran your TV, it was like running your microwave nonstop. Whereas like modern LCD televisions, I think put out around 60 watt range or even less. Are you getting the urge to smoke yet? Oh good, he's stopping. That's good. He won't possibly light up another one. Oh, there we go. Chain smoking snake. No one takes a 15-minute break every single hour. And if you start to feel ill, stop playing immediately. That's for people who have epilepsy or motion sickness, which it turns out Kojima was motion sick, which is why he gets that with 3D games, which is why he didn't originally put in a 3D camera before Metal Gear Solid 3. That's why I was top-down at first before Subsistence came and they put in the 3D camera. They kind of realized they had to do that in order to it was popular demand at that point. You gotta wonder too, like, about the different things that they had to think of, like, to fill the time when they had these things going on. Like, if the disc becomes dirty, wipe it gently with a soft cloth. Don't leave your disc in the car. Remember, nobody should touch you in your swimsuit area. That guy who says he has candy in his car is lying. Don't do it. Things of that nature. Alright, looks like we're finally done installing.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Yes, you did. You're a jerk. While you're having a nice little smoke break, we've been waiting patiently. Or impatiently, I don't know. It's up to you. So I gave the option to install all of the acts at once. I have no idea how long that would have taken. So I just figured, at least doing it per segment, it shouldn't be too bad. I remember the next one's not being nearly as long to install. Like, if you install Mission 2 or something like that, it's only like a 2-minute install. So it shouldn't be too bad. And I think there's 5 missions total. The first one, I think, takes around 2.5 to 3 hours or so to beat for the average person. But we're dealing with me, so could be longer. Most likely will be longer, but we'll see. I just talked over, but I love those Dolby Digital intros there, testing the sound. DTS ones were fun. I miss the DTS logos. Those are great. So let me know if any type of adjustments need to be made, of course. This is a different game. This is running on PlayStation 3, so I don't know how loud it is or too quiet. So definitely let me know. Oh, Arlington Cemetery's got run down. If you missed the end of Metal Gear Solid 3 the other night when I streamed it, which I don't blame you, it was like around 1 o'clock at night. Basically you learned that the boss was sent on a suicide mission. And she had no choice to complete it, and she knew she was going to die, but she was going to be a traitor to the United States, be branded as one, be a villain in Russia, and nobody would ever know her true patriotism for what she had done to save the world, except for the boss, the new boss, Big Boss, who took over the title. And the movie ends with you crying and saluting her grave of some unknown soldier who saved the world. So here you are, your clone of Big Boss, the new Snake, hanging out, smoking in front of the boss's grave. And that's where our game starts. So let's check the options. Let's see, subtitles are on. Good. Okay, so it's... I guess I tried playing a little bit again back in 6 years ago. Interesting. Cancel load, yes. Alright, new game. Liquid easy. Naked normal. Solid normal. Big Boss hard. So I guess naked normal is Japan, because this is for Europe and North America. So I guess maybe we got a slightly harder version. So once again, like I said, let me know if any type of audio adjustments need to be made. And there's always these weird commercials too.
Now, if you're just tuning in, you must be thinking, these guys are crazy. What are they staring at that pile of seaweed for? Sure is what I'm thinking. Well, what you're actually looking at is an octopus. These guys are masters of camouflage. They can change color and skin texture. Some have even been observed walking on 2 arms and imitating a coconut.
They're nuts, all right.
Now, they mostly feed off of mussels, herring, and crab.
Expensive taste, huh?
When they're hungry or in some sort of danger, they haul some serious tail.
No, they haul all 8 arms.
That's right. And if we're lucky, we may get to see what's called jet propulsion. It's the only time you'll see an octopus go fast. And I mean real fast.
Really intelligent creatures. Really... Hey, where'd it go?
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend keeping these guys as pets. They often find their way out of captivity.
Really intelligent creatures.
I remember it only playing like one of these commercials at start, so I guess maybe one of the recent patches or the latest patches they play all of them. These are for like the PMCs you fight in the game, basically, is what their advertisements for. Nope, they only play 2. Okay. Yeah, basically, it's random whichever ones start off the game. You'll see these random commercials for different PMCs. I've seen one where David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake, is in some kind of... He's got like an eye patch on. He's being interviewed for some kind of weird talk show. It's all really bizarre, out of place. Never really explained why these segments are in the game. It's another one of Kojima's total insanity things.
Has changed.
Screw that guy for Fallout says war never changes. He's wrong. He sucks.
It's no longer about nations, ideologies, or ethnicity. It's an endless series of proxy battles fought by mercenaries and machines. War and its consumption of life has become a well-oiled machine. War's changed. ID tag soldiers carry ID tagged weapons, use ID tag gear. Nanomachines inside their bodies enhance and regulate their abilities. Genetic control, information control, emotion control,
Control.
battlefield control. Everything is monitored and kept under control. War has changed. The age of deterrence has become the age of control. All in the name of averting catastrophe from weapons of mass destruction. And he who controls the battlefield controls history. War has changed. When the battlefield is under total control, war becomes routine.
Weird, this is an uncapped frame rate. Turn very slow in this. So I have with my knife.
The truck, Snake. Try going under it.
Funny, the game just automatically took over control. It's like, okay, enough of this screwing around. We're gonna take over control from you. I was just experimenting to see what the controls were. I guess Kojima figured people would not figure it out.
Chopper! We're surrounded! Damn it, they've got us surrounded! We're being followed! Use the RPGs! Everyone, keep cool! Get a hold of you!
It's very cinematic, though. I mean, it gives you contact points, you know, different times, so it's kind of cool that way. I don't see the point of giving you control to just take it away, like let you run forward for less than 10 seconds and take it away. This first chapter does that quite a lot. It's got a lot of story it wants to show and tell you. And not a lot of gameplay to it until like the next part.
We need backup! Hit him hard! What?
Alright, so you might hear my own voice echo back in a second. I'm going to basically try to see where the audio levels are when the action starts picking up again in just a moment. These guys are about to get slaughtered. Okay, so let's see exactly how loud it is that I'm talking coming through against the game volume. So hopefully it's not too bad. Let's make an adjustment and find out. Okay, so minor adjustment wasn't too bad.
Head north, and try not to run into any gecko along the way.
Okay, can't jump over that way. Controls are a little bit twitchy on the camera. Oh, that's nice. Hey, at least I got an AK-47 though, so I got a weapon out of it. Getting crushed by Gecko. Oh yeah! 2 bullets. 3, excuse me. 3 rounds. All better than nothing. Konami. Sure, we'll save the game. Haven't really done anything, but sure, why not? Three days earlier. Sorry, I can't really do a French accent. Those keep popping up throughout the rest of the game, so expect to see those quite often show up. It's basically like little throwbacks to different parts of the games, like this series.
Otacon, even the dead have ears.
Snake, we've got to go. You've got an old friend waiting for you.
Otacon. The test results.
You're not the father.
The analysis was positive, but the mRNA analysis turned up negative. The wrinkled skin, the hardened arteries. Your early aging symptoms look like classic Werner syndrome. But none of the tests were able to pinpoint the cause.
So,
Well, judging by how rapidly the aging has progressed, I'd say
a year at best, right?
6 months.
yeah. Snake, let's try another doctor.
It won't make any difference. I'm not an ordinary man to begin with. Not to mention Fox die.
You're right. But we don't know where Naomi is.
Naomi.
Ah, Snake.
Colonel. Good to see you.
Well, I'm not a colonel anymore, Snake.
I figured the only place I'd see you dressed like that would be at your daughter's wedding. What are you doing these days?
I'm working for an organization under the UN Security Council. The Analysis and Assessment Staff of the PMC Oversight and Inspection Committee.
Yeah, I remember the resolution being passed a few years ago.
Snake, I came across some information in my work. We found him. In the Middle East.
What?
I'll explain along the way. We've got to stop him. Now. Before it's too late.
Liquid's made his move. We've found him.
He's He's preparing to unleash his insurrection. Liquid is lying in wait in a Middle Eastern war zone. Track him down.
And I think...
Only 2
Oh
weeks
god.
today?
Sunny.
Holidays must have taken the day off.
Yeah, so I think that trophies were patched into this game. I remember hearing.
590-360. 330. 5305. 4882. 44652.
C'est mer.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Well, just Snake.
What's the situation?
I'm just inside the city limits. This place is crawling with lizards.
Ah, AT Corps' unmanned bipedal weapons, officially designated
You can even move the
Irving
camera.
by the U.S. military. They've spread like wildfire among the PMCs. There are more of those things now in service than tanks. They've got tough armor plating and are highly agile to boot. Your best bet is to stay out of their sights.
Unmanned. Pretty soon they'll have put living, breathing soldiers out of work.
Even so, that's an awful lot of gecko for this scenario. Their numbers exceed the war price for that region. It must have something to do with Liquid's arrival on the scene.
You really think he's here?
You'll have to find the Army's operatives and ask them yourself. Oh, and Snake, I went ahead and used the Mark II to scout out the area before your arrival. You'll find it up ahead.
Mark II?
It's a remote mobile terminal. Sonny and I built it. The Mark II will provide you with a map of the area as well as any battle situation data. You should find it before you do anything else.
Okay, got it.
The rendezvous point is marked on your map. I'll be waiting for you there.
Alright, Octo Camo. He has a camouflage suit inspired by the mimicry available in the octopus. Where it lies still, it doesn't move when pressed up against the wall. The suit can imitate the color and texture of the wall and ground surfaces, fooling both the naked eye and infrared sensors. Like so. Alright, so let's check it out. I think there's, like I said, I think there's trophies that were patched into this game. Let's see where our trophy's at. Yep. Killed many enemies in one area, then vomited. I like it. Viewed all the flashbacks. Okay.
Snake, your first order out at menu.
Okay, save is his own thing. It's not a coda call this time. Okay, petrol bomb.
Avoid unnecessary combat whenever possible. In this war, neither side is your enemy. There's no point whatsoever in you getting into a fight. Got it?
I really don't know if I can crawl across the street in front of this thing or not. Nope, not that guy there.
Please don't shoot!
It's dead, Jim.
Acting under contract to local authorities, the Praying Mantis PNC recently restored governmental control to this sector. Utilizing Armstech Irving unmanned vehicles, Praying Mantis conclusively delivered a swift and decisive outcome. We hope you'll consider the
Using a third-party PS3 controller. You may have to switch over to the PS4 because this has kind of some pretty strong dead zones.
Who goes there? We got a hostile.
Get up and run! It's almost there. Yes, I do know where my hand is. Oh, come on. They didn't see me do that. So I got a cardboard box, but I don't see it in here. It's be able to use. Stun knife, petrol bomb. Huh. Ah, crap, I had rations equipped.
Snake! Respond! Snake! Snake!
Really don't know who saw me at first. And normally if you jump up there and you do the pose like I was doing, like in the statues, they're supposed to walk like right past you.
Snake, press the crawl button while running to execute a roll. Rolling can help you dodge enemy attacks and get past small gaps and obstacles.
Trying to hold them up, I guess it didn't work.
You can pick up guns dropped by both the militia and the PMCs. Remember though, PMC weapons are locked. You can't use them. If only there was some way to get rid of the locks.
If only there's a character you meet momentarily, a little bit later in the game. Oh shoot. Of course these guys are coming this way. Hope they don't see me here. Whew. Okay.
It's me, Snake. Snake, it's me.
Oh god, it's Otacon! Shoot! Shoot!
Otacon.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Snake. Allow me to introduce Metal Gear Mark II.
Metal Gear.
That's right. Just like Rex. But this gear's not a weapon. It's a remote mobile terminal designed to provide you with operational support.
Where are you?
I'm in the Nomad. Where else? I'll be watching you through the Mark II.
Wish I was good with gadgets.
Hey, I'll be with you in spirit. Anyway, because you had to dress up as a militiaman, I had the Mark II bring you some goodies.
Like brownies. I need brownies.
Put it on your left eye.
Looks like an eye patch.
I call it the Solid Eye. It's an all-purpose goggle that displays radar images and other data in 3D. You can also switch it over to light-amplifying night vision.
The rebels are out there.
It looks like they've got the government's PMC troops beat, at least in numbers.
And this is their home turf.
Snake, I know this is a sneaking mission, but you'll need to protect yourself.
An operator.
I installed a suppressor. And here's a tranquilizer gun.
How thoughtful.
It predates the implementation of the system. By some miracle, it was never recycled. It's getting tough these days finding decent guns that aren't controlled.
Oh, pick up your AK.
Of course. I'll follow you wherever you go, like this. I'll activate stealth so it doesn't attract any attention. If you need it, just bring up the start button menu.
Got it.
Snake, the informants who said they saw liquid here should be a little further up. Head for the rendezvous point. I've placed a mark on the radar in the upper right corner of the Solid Eye. It's a war zone out there. Stay on your toes.
Snake, it's kind of a schlep, but I've sent you data on an alternate route. Follow the mark on your radar.
It's a schlep, you say. But I want to see what's up the ladder. There, it's like I can't quite tell where the radar is for where I need to go. Okay, so it's actually back over here. Ooh, this is a good thing to explore. RPG. Oh, it threw me off. Just heard my PS3 kick into high gear. You can't get these guys on your side too if they see you fighting for them. Usually I remember that being that way, like basically if they saw you fighting them, like fighting their enemy, they kind of pair up with you, except for the PMC guys, they'll kill you on sight.
It's pretty dark in there. Switch the solid eye to night vision mode.
I can't remember if these guys are hostile to me or not. So let's save because it's a new area. So fingers crossed they don't see me as hostile.
Who's that? It's the enemy!
Okay, so they will treat me hostile. Okay. Good to know. These are their tunnels, so they are crawling with them.
We're under attack!
Hey, Nimix, what's going on? Election's good.
The enemy! Gonna be okay. It's not that bad. Just hang in there. It's the enemy!
I thought he'd be busy. I'm sorry. I believe in your freedom fighting causes. Let's see, there's also inventory items. Let's see. Oh, that's right. So probably cardboard box should be, I think, one of these. I picked up a cardboard box. It told me, like, yeah, you got the cardboard box. And it's like, I don't know where to select it from. It's not in... Maybe it's underneath camouflage for some weird reason? Nope. It's not under weapons either. Weird. So pretty soon I should be meeting Drebin, who's like the arms dealer of the game. I think. It's been a while. Like I said, it's been about 10 years. Like most of the games I've been on my list. Yep, this is where we meet Drebin. Drebin of Police Squad! And that's awesome if you get that reference.
Pretty sweet, huh? Whoa, hold it. Watch where you pointing that thing.
A talking monkey.
Who are you?
Neither enemy nor friend.
It's Dennis Rodman.
Voila.
You're not with the militia, and you're not PMC.
I'm a weapons wholesaler. All shapes, all sizes. But there's no need to worry, because all my shit's been laundered.
Laundered?
You see, I take ID guns like the PMCs use and make some mods. Then you can use them without having to match IDs. In other words, I'm a gun launderer. You can call me Drebin.
Drebin?
Yeah, they use that for all of us.
There are more of you?
All over the world. Not that I ever met any of them personally. Me, I'm Drebin number 893. You ain't a registered PMC employee, are you? You need a guy like me. Consider it a welcome gift. Take it. The M4. The official carbine model used by the U.S. Army, developed from the M16 service rifle. This one's a top-of-the-line model, real popular with the big PMCs. High precision, not like that government-issue shit. It's, free-floating, of course. Relax, that barrel's clean.
Is the hider CQC compatible?
The beauty of this sucker is that it's got a lot of customizable parts. Change it up the way you want to meet your everyday needs.
Flip-up sight, rail system. Not bad.
Yeah, well, you know, I get a lot of noobs around here. And if you need them, I got a wide selection of aftermarket parts as well.
The frame's pretty rigid. No rattle.
Go ahead, give her a squeeze.
I can't pull the trigger.
Really? That's weird.
What's weird?
Wait, I got it. I bet you're using an older generation of nanomachines.
Older generation?
Sometimes they don't really jive with
Your body needs a software upgrade.
Who are you?
Whoa. Slow down. Oh, yeah. My day job's working at AT Security. I'm in charge of production control. So I get my hands on all the ID chips before they even register. Have a sip. It's a side of AT the public don't see. From the looks of it, you ain't with any state army. But you ain't exactly green, neither. You've got last-gen nanomachines. So I'm guessing former U.S. Army. I don't know what you're here for. But you want to be well-equipped, am I right? So, can we talk business or what? You want regret it.
What's your take on him, Otacon?
I think you can control the camera is my take.
But it looks like we'll need his help with those ID guns. Sonny's been doing a little sleuthing for us. Drebin, a well-known gun launderer in war economy circles. He's a businessman who deals mainly in selling black market firearms to small PMCs and local militia. Somalia, the Balkans, Lebanon, Darfur, Chechnya, Timor, Peru, the Punjab, Kashmir, Colombia. This guy really gets around.
How's he pull it off, anyway?
You can create a non-ID gun by replacing the ID recognition chip with a counterfeit version. This enables you to bypass the ID recognition process and use the gun.
Can I play MP3s on this?
But there's still a record of the chip being replaced on the system side. Drebin's an employee of AT Security. He must have connections on the inside erasing records for him.
You think the Patriots are involved somehow?
I'm not so sure. If the Patriots were running the system from behind the scenes, then a weasel like Drebin would be a real pain in their collective ass.
Can he be trusted?
Remember, Drebin's a green collar. He makes his living off the war economy. He doesn't let emotions get in the way of business, and he never gets his own hands dirty. The only thing he trusts is money. I share your concern, but what if we keep him at arm's length? Use him only to get intel and the supplies we need. Keep it strictly business.
All right.
You know, don't go steady yet. Just keep him friends with benefits, as in firearms.
We ready to make a deal or what? Okay then, let's talk business. This is a war zone. There's product coming in here by the truckload. And you'll be picking up a lot of guns in the field, I'm sure. Whatever guns you don't need, I'll take and buy them off you. That'll earn you points you can cash in for services.
Like what?
I'll launder your ID guns, no more locks. And I can also sell you the guns I've got in stock. Let me show you.
Well, he's got a vending machine inside of his APC.
To ensure you can use non-ID guns, I'm gonna have to suppress the old nanomachines you got in you. Otherwise, they'll interfere with the system. Here, stick yourself with this. It's full of suppressor nanomachines. Relax, it won't hurt. You're scared of needles or something?
That weird child is right.
See? No sweat. Now you can use non-ID guns, no problem. Hey, be nice to our guest. Step outside. Boo. There you see, no problem. From now on, when you pick up an ID gun that says lock, you just let me know. You name it, I can launder it.
So basically you can buy your weapons off this guy.
The going rate depends on the war price at the time.
And it fluctuates.
Man, I gotta give this shit
Yes, if you pick up a weapon, you can't use it right away. You have to buy it in order to use it.
You might say that. What with the war economy and all, and the system clamping down on things. System codes are the law now, and control's essentially absolute, paving the way for fat profits if you're willing to bend the law. Demand keeps on growing thanks to the war economy. I sell ID guns to the PMCs and state armies, and naked guns to terrorist groups and paramilitaries. And these ID guns can't be sold on the black market. System's practically a license for us arms dealers to print money. Privatizing the military's made the PMCs big and bloated. The fatter the PMCs get, the line between civilian and soldier is gonna get real blurry. Sooner or later, the whole damn human race is gonna be green collars. More like we're all gonna be fighting proxy wars. But hey, this war economy puts the food on my table. You're a green collar too, aren't you? Yeah, it's in your eyes. You've seen a lot of combat.
What makes you think you know me?
Nothing to be ashamed of. I'm the same way. I grew up here too. I got no interest in the outside world. All right then. If you need me, holla. We specialize in speedy service. Catch my drift? I have you.
Yay! I now have a machine gun. Well, a better one. M4. Just when you get out one cutscene into another codec conversation. This first act of the game really
I know what you're thinking,
lays it on thick.
But Drebin does have a point. The world depends on war, on the war economy. Can you imagine what would happen if war just disappeared overnight?
Otacon.
World peace?
You and Drebin both mentioned something about a war price earlier. What did you mean by that?
It's a kind of market price, one that fluctuates according to demand, not only for PMCs and military industry, but for the production, distribution, and energy supply networks that support them. It's been growing by leaps and bounds, and investors are really starting to take notice. As the fighting in any given area becomes increasingly intense and prolonged, the war price goes up. No doubt Drebin's rates are linked to that war price. The longer and bloodier a battle becomes, the higher service prices are going to get. To put it another way, the quieter things are, the better the bargains. Snake, we'll use the Mark II to deal with Drebin from here on out. He's what you might call a street vendor. The Mark II can act as a kind of delivery boy, connect you with it. I'm adding a Drebin menu item to the Mark II's weapon menu. Whenever you pick up multiple units of the same weapon, any extras will automatically be sold to Drebin. Any ammo that's inside gets added to your cache. In other words, you keep the ammo, and the weapon itself gets traded to Drebin for points.
I see.
You can then use the points you've earned to unlock ID guns or buy new weapons.
Sounds good.
We should assume Drebin has other agents collecting guns for him besides you, Snake. You know, freelance green collars who collect weapons in exchange for services?
Guess I'll have to rely on him for now.
Okay. Now go meet up with our informants, Rat Patrol.
Now let's save, because always save. Yeah, so this is like the game is split into like 5 acts. This is Act 1. It's kind of the longest and talkiest. You don't get to play a whole lot. It's a lot of cutscenes and exposition dumps and codec calls and things of that nature. And then like 2 through 4 are a lot more better for gameplay. Then the 5th act is kind of a lot of cutscenes again. So let's see what Drevin's shop is like. MP7. Nagashima. This is fun. This creates tornadoes. M14. Ooh, anesthetic round. Goes in the gaunt. Claymores, sleep gas mine, C4, Playboy. Yes, actual Playboy. Rifles, okay. Buy bullets. And suppressors, even better. Cool. Buy 2. Holy crap, 20,000 bucks for a dot sight? Ooh. So once you buy things, you have to go in here to your menu in order to customize them. Go left mount. Okay, don't have it. I can buy it though. There we go. So now I have a suppressed weapon.
Snake, hurry and get to the rendezvous point with our informants. First, you'll have to get to the other side of that collapsed building. The only way across is straight through.
Playboy and instant noodles. Alright. Sweet. Found a dot sight. That'll help aiming in the long distance. Cool.
Careful, Snake. The walls could come down any second.
Okay, I think I can crawl it that way. Nope, this way. Okay. Behind.
We've been spotted! Return fire! Ah!
Okay, I don't think I can crawl out. Nope. Let's try. Whoa, camera, where am I at? Okay, so I need to find the way. Oh, there it is. Oh yes. Trust me, that comment has been made multiple times before by many, many people. Yep, this is Snake from Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, except for he's advanced, he's like rapidly aging because he's a clone, which is a real problem that clones have. Enter Johnny. Again, the running joke. But why he's doing that inside a barrel, I don't know.
Who's there?
Go away! I'm not done yet!
So, why is his pants not all the way down? So he's like crapping his pants?
Stop! Stop right there! No! Get back here!
Yep. So now I have an oil drum, so I can literally get into it and roll over people. It's Metal Gear Solid. I mean, you gotta have... It has all sorts of wacky elements to it, so... Why should this game be any different? For the buzzkill that is Metal Gear Solid 5.
Okay, Snake. Hurry to the rendezvous point. Your radar is marked with which way to go.
What the hell are you doing? The enemy's here!
Really, dudes? I got this. I'll tackle them. I got it. Haha, alright, I got it.
Come in, Snake. What happened? Snake?
Alright.
Snake!
So I can't remember what you can... There are certain things you can do, certain actions, where they'll start fighting with you. Like, they'll recognize you as not a threat like the rebels. But they'll start working with you instead, and I don't know... I can't remember what it was I did to do that.
Your radar is marked with which way to go.
Yeah, so now they don't see me as an enemy, so that's good. Okay. So that's all you gotta do is, I guess, like, kill a couple of bad guys, a couple of PMC guys in front of them, and suddenly you're not a bad guy anymore. Makes your affiliation quite clear, I guess.
Reinforcements. Now their defensive line is a lot thicker. It's gonna be tougher to break through. That striker will be shooting at you too. Stay on your toes. It might be best to avoid that area altogether if you can.
Explosion? What's going on? Help me out, okay?
Fortunately, aiming is still kind of twitchy. I'm using a third-party PS3 controller, so there's like huge dead zones to it.
Can't spare any reinforcements. You'll have to make do.
Take your guns. Oops. So in this game, there's like no real reason to not go like pacifist route. Really? So I need to like bring my stress down because you can't aim for crap if it's too high. So even though I'm in the middle of this big firefight, you can see my stress level in the upper left-hand corner going down some.
Snake! PMC airstrike!
I'm fine. Excuse me as I do the worm. No one ever suspects the worm. Camouflage. Now we get to watch another big cutscene. Big surprise in this game, I know. I mean, it doesn't have nearly enough of those. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta find my way into the building first. Then there's a cutscene at the end. Okay, save. You gotta be careful because there are booby traps in this place. Such as this. Yeah, so the next stream I'm definitely going to get out my PlayStation 4 controller and use this instead. Because this third-party controller I'm using has like massive dead zones. It's like right now I'm trying to get barely any movement. It keeps going full tilt. Let's see. I don't think I need to go through there yet. That's the kitchen. This place is kind of like a maze almost. You're trying to find your way up to the top where the infrared is. And apparently there's a claymore there I didn't see. And the place heavily booby-trapped. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. It's hard to manage. It's very easy to get lost in here. Actually, give me a second here. I'm going to see if there is a way to... actually, let me see if I can get my PlayStation 4 controller hooked up real quick. Gotta make sure my PlayStation 4 is not plugged in, because if it's plugged in and you try to use it on the PS3, it's going to start working on the PS4 as well. There's been some people who have accidentally had large purchases made by doing that. Let's see. Unplug. Now I need to get the cable. Let's see. Here we go. And basically this is a video I have muted right now. It's from a Japanese band called The Geeks. It's a music video they did where it's showing all sorts of different Famicom footage. But not everybody's a fan of Japanese music, so I figured I'd just have it muted and show all the video instead. Alright, so... controller switched. And let's see if this is going to work. Does not seem to want to do it real quick. Let's see, let's Google this real fast. Controller on PS3, wired. So it says according to this it should be paired up automatically, but I think they're lying. Let's try a different USB port. And it looks like it's not going to work, which really sucks because I don't know why. It's worked before in the past. So I guess I am stuck using terrible aiming PS3 controller. So 1 second, gotta plug that back in. Okay, so PlayStation 3 controller is plugged back in, like I said, the generic one. Looks like there is a way you can do wireless Bluetooth connection with it, but it's going to be a big long setup, so I'm going to go do that off stream. I think I'm getting close. This is where you kind of pop out, get ambushed at least. Yep, there we are. Alright. Kind of remember things, awesome.
Drop your weapon! Drop your weapon!
All right. Here.
Easy now.
It's using like a XM. Was it XM27? I think it was. Something that the army had tried in the prototype stages, and they did not like the rifle, so it did not go any further.
Move.
Safety's on.
Taking the safety off, rookie.
Careful. I'm no rookie. I'm a 10-year vet.
10-year vet of Overwatch. I fought in the Call of Duty wars.
How the hell did you ever survive 10 years?
Don't move. CQC. Real big boss, huh? Lower your weapon! Slowly now. I wouldn't try anything funny if I were you.
Fox.
Snake? Snake?
It's Meryl!
Meryl.
Is that you? What happened to your face?
Accelerated aging. They don't know the cause.
Oh my god.
Meryl, you're my informant in the U.S. military.
And you must be the inspector sent by the UN. Akiba!
Commander! Sorry.
This is Rat Patrol Team 01. We're with the CID, one of the bodies investigating PMC activity.
First hounds, now rats. Here, you can have this back.
I wonder who the comic relief is in this game.
What is your problem? You okay? Stomach pains? Diarrhea?
Shouldn't have ate a Taco Bell.
It's been 4 days since Liquid arrived in the area. And since then, this woman's been with him. She doesn't look like a combatant. Probably some kind of advisor. Maybe a scientist.
Hello, he's got vision problems from age.
So, you're the commander of this O1 unit.
Why? Something wrong with that? Here, I'll introduce you to the team. That's Ed, our radio man and sniper. The sleeping giant is Jonathan. Don't stand behind him. He hates it when people go around his back. And finally... Johnny. Everybody just calls him Akiba.
Commander, I've finished installing the sensors. Whoa.
Okay, Akiba. Anyway.
You're all grown up.
Yeah, like Akiba's like
Maybe
a
it's
really
because
weird nickname
someone
because it
taught me
means
well.
save.
A certain legendary hero who suddenly
Depending on how you use it, or
disappeared.
savings. Like Akiba District is just like a shopping district in Japan for savings.
Me?
So it's a weird nickname.
I never gave up on you. Or on Foxhound. Back then, I just wanted you to accept me. I wanted you to turn around and see who I was. But I've put the past behind. I'm done playing little love games. So, what are you here for?
Threat assessment. The PMCs.
Really? Because I heard a rumor there's an assassin out there targeting their leader.
And he's out there giving away his position by all the flashing of the binoculars.
And effects of
Good move.
PMCs on their refugee protection efforts.
That's all?
More than enough for a retired vet like me.
I know he's plotting an insurrection. But as long as AT Security's system is in place, there's no way he'll succeed.
How can you be so sure?
They've implemented a system that monitors in real time every single soldier engaged in combat action, whether he's State Army or PMC. Each individual soldier has been fully ID tagged with nanomachines injected into their bodies for that purpose. The nanomachines keep track of the soldiers and their real-time personal data 24 hours a day. They monitor each man's position, movement speed, reserve ammo, firing accuracy, wounds, rations, water intake and supply, sweat secreted, heart rate, blood pressure and sugar levels, oxygen. All the data gathered on body condition, on sensory organ data showing pain and fear, data on every internal response within the body. All of it is collected by an AI at the system's core. This data is monitored at HQ to enable command to make quicker, more precise, more rational decisions. It also enables crisis management for each individual soldier. It's being used by the US military, by state armies in allied countries, by PMCs. Even police agencies are starting to adopt it. Unless they agree to implement the system, PMCs aren't permitted to send troops anywhere.
You've got these system nanomachines in you too.
Of course. Our unit plays by the rules, same as everybody else. It was creepy at first, knowing you're being watched 24/7, but I've gotten used to it. It gives us a lot of advantages in the field, too. We get a clearer picture of what's going on around us, so there's less confusion during missions. And our nanomachines communicate with each other, making teamwork a lot smoother. And that's not all the system does for us. It's also a security guarantee against the PMCs.
Security guarantee.
That's right. The PMCs are combat groups without states or ideologies. They're not fighting out of nationalism or for a cause. They don't care why the war is being fought. They're just bodies fighting on someone else's behalf. They're mercenaries, a commodity. So it's easy to imagine them betraying their clients by joining the enemy or refusing to fight, or committing humanitarian atrocities. To keep these things in check, they ensured that no one can use firearms or military vehicles without the proper system ID. It's true for every piece of equipment out there. So even if the PMCs tried to mount a terrorist attack or coup d'etat, their weapons and equipment would automatically be locked out. They wouldn't be able to move, attack, or engage in combat of any kind. And there's more. All the data on their position, personnel, and combat strength is leaked to us by the nanomachines. Even if they managed to circumvent the system by getting the nanomachines out of each soldier's body, they'd be losing their IDs in the process, so they couldn't use their weapons.
Patriots are behind this.
Lalilulelo, what are you talking about?
Never mind. So this system is foolproof, huh?
Completely. They call it SOP.
Sons of the Patriots.
The AI that controls it is a tightly guarded secret, both at Arms Tech Security, where it was developed, and at the Pentagon.
And SOP also stands for Standard Operating Procedure, so...
I just met a guy who said he can launder IT.
The military has a lot of acronyms.
There can't be more than a few hundred of those gun launderers. It's just a grassroots movement. It's not like they can affect the entire PMC war machine. Anyway, Liquid would have had to register as a PMC in the system to assemble an army that massive. His PMCs might even exceed the US military in terms of numbers, but as long as they're registered, their soldiers' activities are constantly being monitored. So long as the US responds immediately when Liquid makes his move, we can take them down by force.
By force, huh?
When RSOC heard about Liquid's plans, they sent us to sniff around the PMCs. Even with this SOP keeping an eye on things, there are always trouble spots to deal with in the field. Disorderly conduct, disobeying orders, contract violations. We act as backup for the system by monitoring the soldiers. PMC inspections are always carried out on the battlefield. That's why we're authorized to carry and use weapons. We've lost 5 inspection teams in the past few months alone. They were all undercover inside Liquid's PMCs.
Then, if you got caught...
we'd be exterminated like rats. But we're smarter than that. We've been mingling with the PMCs, and after 3 months of searching God knows how many battlefields, we finally tracked him down. When we reported that we'd found Liquid, our superiors ordered us to provide the UN investigators with intel. But I didn't know it'd be you.
Didn't the Colonel tell you he was sending me?
Colonel? Don't tell me it's Campbell.
Yeah.
He put you up to this?
You didn't know.
You've got to be kidding! You expect me to work with my uncle?
Meryl.
This is bullshit! He's not my father.
Someone's got daddy issues. It's her.
So, you knew.
Yeah. Little violation of the need-to-know rule.
Then, why are you still calling him Uncle?
You're still calling him Colonel.
He's your father.
As far as I'm concerned, we're still uncle and niece. I will never forgive that womanizing piece of shit.
Meryl.
And why is she so upset?
Remarried.
Remarried. That's why. She's throwing a temper tantrum because he remarried. But
His new wife's about my age.
oh,
I
and
hear she's even got a kid.
the wife is hilarious.
It's as if he's given up on making up with his own daughter. Men. Selfish, egotistical pigs.
Commander.
What is it?
There's 20 of them. And they're not from that PMC praying mantis either. It's the Frog.
His private troops.
Oh, crap. This is not good. Oh.
Were you being followed?
No.
Akiba!
They might have seen the reflection off my scope lens. Whoa, wait. Hang on. You guys think it was my fault? Oh, no. Oh, it wasn't my fault, I swear! It wasn't my fault! Oh, man. Oh, look,
Dumbass! We're moving out.
Meryl, where's Liquid?
At a camp up ahead. I'll fill you in later. If we're still alive. Follow me.
So now I gotta fight my way out of this place. It's still booby-trapped. While fighting attackers, too.
Eye contact. These guys are with Liquid's private army. Shoot first, think later. We'll use the stairs and get out through the back door on the first floor. We'll change the route as necessary. I'm on point. Stay close. Got it?
Got it.
Akiba, breathe deep.
Got it.
We've got a real live legendary hero with us. Try not to choke. Move!
Pick up the pace.
Pull away and use it. So trying to use this with this crappy controller is not working out well. Amount of ammo and everything? Are you kidding me? Handguns, machine guns. Okay, so where's my where's my P90? Guess it's not letting me use it now, which is kind of weird. I picked it up, but it's like, nope, no can do. Ah, this interface is annoying. Get weapons. And you gotta go and whip them. To buy it here in order to unlock it. Worth it. Like I said, the place is still booby trapped, so. Okay, so I'm using the running across a lot of P90s. Might as well equip this. crappy controller does not help.
Get down! Hold on, Snake. One of a key is still in the way. It's set too deep in the wall for the Mark II to get at it. You'll have to wait until Akiba gets there to disarm it.
My bad.
Get up.
Akiba!
Thanks, dude. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god!
Thanks, game.
Meryl's dead! Are you listening to me? Snake? Snake! Move!
Are you shitting me? We're way back here at the beginning? No. I'm stopping here for tonight. Just as the grenade got screwed me over on that, so yeah, enough of that. can't believe it screwed me on a grenade like that. It's like, oh yeah, you're trying to throw it over the counter. Let's roll it into your partner. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, and that ends today's Metal Gear Solid 4 expenditure. Little adventure. I gotta be honest, I'm not really liking this game so far. It's remembering all the things I didn't like about it. So it's become a real pain in the butt, and especially with like this terrible third-party controller. I'm using a Snakebite controller is what it's called. It's got like these humongous dead zones on it. So you're trying to like move and make adjustments, and it doesn't kick in until you go halfway through the stick, and then it starts moving all over the place. So it's really hard. Gotta figure out how to get my PlayStation 4 controller up and running with the PlayStation 3, because normally you plug it in, you know, physical connection through the USB into the PlayStation 3 and it'll work no problem. It's not working right now. I don't know what the issue is. So I gotta troubleshoot that and get that going. I'll be back again, either streaming this or something, you know, because I'm going through all 1 through 5, so I'm going to make my way all the way through Metal Gear Solid 4 eventually. So I might be back streaming this again tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I might be streaming something different for a day, kind of alternating back and forth. We'll just have to see how I feel. So thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys next time.